Hey guys, today is December 2nd, Thursday. Let's make a watch list for tomorrow, December 3rd. So I just want to talk about market in general. Um so let's do that. So let's start with SPY. Today was a inside candle. So what that means is since the candle yesterday was so huge, we're trading inside this candle right here. So what this means is the whole range of this move could be all the way from 450 to 464. So we could either bounce all the way up, or we could clear this candle to the downside, and we go down some more. I think the 200 moving average is about down here. So let me add that real quick. The 200 moving average is all the way down here. I highly doubt we're gonna get down here. However, if everything's bad, we could potentially see 430. As you know, like it's rare that we trade at the 200 moving average on SPY, but it does happen. So we don't know if that's gonna happen today, or if we don't know if it's gonna happen this month. But just be cautious. At least we held the 50 moving average, close below yesterday, but tried to reclaim it today. So now we're basically stuck in the chop zone. So let's take a look at this. So for SPY, it looks like it's reversing today, but like I said, an inside candle. So if you look at the 4-hour chart, this actually looks like it's going down. So futures market is open right now. And the way we play this is if you see that we're getting rejected at the 20, as you see this is actually moving right now, what you want to do is if you go puts, you go short this green candle because this could be a bearish candle. You enter right here below this candle, but your stop loss is all the way at 459, and your price target is this low. So this could be like a short-term swing or a day trade. We have to see how it opens tomorrow. But for in the meantime, market is actually bearish. So today would have been a good pop, but I think we're going down some more. So that's SPY. So, but I want to talk about individual equities just because some of them are strong, some of them are bad. But overall, they will follow what SPY is doing, right? So before that, let's talk about Qs. So the Qs is pretty far from the 4-hour moving average, so we could potentially pop to 393 before it slams down to 378. So I already have it charted right here. So let's take a look. So if this wasn't here, we would draw our fibs here, all the way here. As you see, we hit the 127.2 line and it bounced. And we closed above the 100 line today. But now that we're getting rejected, like after hours, if this opens below the 100 line, I'm going to look for a pop to the 100, and then I'm going to short some more. This is the first target, and this is the second target, 378. However, it is Friday. I don't know if that's going to happen. So at least get a week out if you want to swing it overnight. But if for a day trade, if this can't hold, you should be seeing 384. So that's my take into Qs. But for individual equities, so Apple, super bullish day today, right? Like we gapped down, but we reclaimed all of its losses, right? So this looks good for a swing trade. But if you had to do that, you'd have to get it on the long term, just because you could just chop around this area. Sorry, you guys can hear that. There's like sirens going on outside. On the 4-hour, it still looks good, right? This is we're above the 20, we're above the 10, we're above the 50, we're above the 200. This was the pullback on the MACD, and now it looks like it wants to turn green. So if we're playing Apple, since this is a pretty decent candle, This would be your entry. However, this would be your stop, and that's your price target. My only problem with Apple is the risk to reward is not there. Um, it's like with theta burn, IV drop. Like if you go long calls over here at 163, even if it gets to 170, like the profit wouldn't be enough. Because if you get stopped out, you wouldn't get stopped out properly. You'd be negative 30%, but it could just reverse on you. This is like a $6 drop, I think, $6 or $7 drop. So risk reward is not there. However, Apple is bullish. So if you want to go long term Apple, I would definitely get probably the 90-day out contracts and sit on it. So I would ignore Apple for day trade. Let's talk about AMD. This is trying to create a bullish reversal today. It's trying to hold a 20, but let's take a look at the lower time frame. So this 20 and 10 is trying to cross, and this was a kind of failed bear flag earlier. So if you do it like this, right? It hit the 78.6, or it tried to drop to the 127 line, but it was rejecting the 78.6 all day. So how I would play this is if we pop anywhere in this area, I would go to drop down to the 15-minute and start looking for entries. So like this, right? So here is the 15-minute chart. Now you want to see this get rejected up here, right? So at the end of the day, we had this huge gigantic candle. So how I would play AMD tomorrow for the put side is I would just mark this candle, I would just mark this high, and this would be my entry for puts. First target would be the 100 line, the 127 line, and all the way down here for 141 if market clears tomorrow. So as you guys see, the triple Qs, it hit the 127 line today and tried to reclaim the 100. If it reclaimed the 100, it would push to 393. But as you know, after hours today, selling off. So my bias for tomorrow is down. I don't see why the bias would be up. However, it is Friday, so just think about that. Costco. So this guy, check the daily. Tried to reverse today. Gap down and tried to reverse. But if you look at the hourly and the 4-hour, doesn't look good. On the hourly, if you're looking for reversals this way, right? So here's the high. And here's your entry at this candle. Once you clear 526 tomorrow, you're going to the put side on the hourly chart. And if you draw your fibs, that'll be your target. So if you just mark these, 100 line, 127 line, that's your resistance. So just like that, it's just right? So if we break below this line, the 526, it may backtest the 527 before it goes all the way down to 514. So COST is puts for me tomorrow. Even though it looks okay, I would still go to the put side. I'd start looking at the 15-minute chart. See, at the end of the day, this was a bearish candle. Facebook. Check the daily. So we could technically pull back to the 200 line for a retest, but let's look at the lower time frame. It looks like we could bounce on Facebook, considering we could hold the support. Let's try the fibs. So we may bounce at to 320 if we have an update tomorrow, considering it's holding this 100 line. Or if it gets rejected at 315, we could crater to 300. So if market is green tomorrow and it's holding this 100 line, I would look for a small pop up at 315. Or you can wait till we get rejected. If we get rejected at 320 or 315, you just go puts. Targets 300. So HD. This is building a bull flag on a daily, but we're still too far from the 20. I would rather have HD around this area, or at least a pullback to 397. Basically, what we're doing with HD is we're going to wait for this moving average to catch up, and then we can go long. JP Morgan's holding the 200. This could pop all the way to the 20. Let's take a look over here. 4 hours, not looking good. It's already red after hours. It's still kind of choppy, so I would most likely wait. We're stocking this consolidation box. And this is still over the 20 and 10 and 50 and the hourly line. So probably wait on JP Morgan. But if I had to say anything, this is a play to the downside. And then lastly, Microsoft. So immediately what I see is we're under the 10, we're under the 20. Every day it's red. Even though we were green today, Microsoft ended red. And technically we tried to claim the 78.6 line. Just got rejected today. So you guys know for my swings, my favorite play is a break of the 100 line. So underneath 328.12 tomorrow, my price target is 322 and then 1618. And if that doesn't hold, potential gap fill at 311. So first thing tomorrow, since we're selling off, first thing I'm gonna watch is Microsoft. Actually, now that we're underneath the cloud, underneath the 200, the 50, 20, and 10. Once I see this break below the 100 line, this way, I'm gonna wait for a back test. If this doesn't hold, first target's here, second target's here, and let's confirm that to the 4 hour. Yeah. Even if it turned green tomorrow, then I would start the position right here at 332. I would go puts. I mean, there's no way. I mean, it's possible, but judging from what I see, this really wants to. This looks like it wants to hit the 50 daily moving average. So puts is my bias for Microsoft, and I think that's it. Do I have anything more? Nope. So those were the individual equities I wanted to talk about, and then so far as SPY, I still think it's down. And if you check the futures market already, like I said, this was an inside day. We might retest this 50. If we break below this for 4,496, just look out below. So yeah, hopefully we get good price action tomorrow. I think we're gonna have a good day to downside. So I'll post the plays in the watch list. I'll post the charts on my Facebook page. So make sure you follow me there. And see you guys tomorrow.